Welcome, friends of Real World PDR Training. So, today we're going to look at Casper's Deep Hail Dent. This tutorial is not so different than how to repair deep dents. It was just taken with better cameras and a little bit different type of damage. For those of you who are not familiar with Casper, he is my full-time employee, trainee, and better yet, friend. So I asked him to help me with some of this content, and here he is doing it, and I couldn't be more grateful. Let's take a look at what we got. This damage came from Colorado Springs. I know a lot of you were out there last year, well, every year, and you've seen plenty of this. Today, let's take a look at deep dents and more importantly, how it pertains to hail damage. Now, I chased hail for a long time, and the hail world is a complete different subsect of the PDR industry. Some hail can be relatively simple, but today we're going to take a look at some deeper and more complex damage. Pro tip, don't save your worst dent on any panel for last, because if you're going to lose a panel, don't lose it whenever you've already fixed the entire rest of the hood. Also, check out the way the light's set up. That's important here. So here is our dent. This is the dent that we're going to be focusing on, and this is the long view. Notice how you cannot visualize the middle of this dent. In fact, it is completely overtaken with shadow. To put it in a perspective that most PDR guys can understand, I would say that is 2 to 2.5 beer cans wide. So here it is with the light moved up on it. This is the mid view. Now this is the working position for most of the rest of these dents, but here it is still too dark in the center. Now this is the view that we're going to start this dent at. This is the deep view. The light is shining down into the dent so we can actually visualize the middle. Those of you who've stuck with this channel for a while might remember the how to avoid an oil canning situation video that I did, where I actually used a limitant light to get this view. And just like I did in that video, Casper is going to be using the MT set from PDR Finesse for this one. First things first though, the truth is finally here. That wasn't a shot, Marty. Got a lot of respect for you. Check out realworldpdr.com. But the reason that I'm here is we are doing our tool giveaway today. Scratch that, we're actually telling you how to get entered into the tool giveaway. So those of you with a keen ear heard in one of my last couple of videos a couple of key words that I dropped. Those words are going to be the key to enter to win this contest. So all you have to do is like Real World PDR on Facebook. I'll add a link and send an email to denttoolsfreak@gmail.com. That's going to give you the opportunity to shop in my shop. You're going to put your word or words, hint, hint, in the subject line of that email, and that's going to get you entered. We will announce the winner on that Facebook page. So what's going to happen is any tool that you see in my shop or on my wall, save for the ones that I mentioned were not available, that includes any A1, any PDR Finesse, dead-on dent tools, Excalibur tools, those things are great. Or maybe you've been eyeballing the new Precision PDR Lift Right. And yes, even my stand liner tools, save for the ones that I mentioned, are all up for grabs. All of my hammers, everything, man, even accessories. Maybe you want some edgy tools if you're already pretty well set up. So make sure you find the keywords, and I'll explain again one more time how to enter later. So back to the tutorial at hand. Hail comes in a lot of different forms. You have slushy, you have this nice round little things that we have here, and those create nice round little dents, but then you have these giant balls of you just like this. Whoa, excuse me, that got a little out of hand. So I'm gonna guess this was more similar to the latter. So what happens a lot of times is they'll put a shape in the bottom of your dent. In this case, we have this fancy little V shape that you can see illustrated here. The thing that I always advise folks to do is go ahead and target that shape, because as you pick up that shape, the rest of the dent's gonna come up with it. So here it's gonna look something like this. Down that way and right back up this way. This is how Casper is going to repair this dent when we watch. Now, this was mostly about the tool giveaway, so we're going to speed this up, but there's still plenty to be learned here. So as we saw the 3 different angles that the light shined on this dent, it gave 3 entirely different views. So from this angle, this is the most workable angle. It doesn't look that deep, but trust me, it was huge. Now, as we learned on how to repair deep dents and also how to avoid an oil can situation, the one thing you don't want to do is over push this. This dent actually needs shrink. And even though that seems counterintuitive, because you know whenever you have a large soft dent, a soft tip is probably the correct answer. This is a relatively large and sharp dent. If we overpush this thing, we're going to end up with a mound that is incredibly difficult to get rid of. Also, we're going to have an oil can situation. If you're confused about what that is, watch the how to repair deep dents and the how to avoid an oil can video, and you're going to understand perfectly. When working with these sharp tip tools, you need to keep in mind that they are sharp. So if you over push with a tool like this, you are going to create a mess. Very likely you're going to crack the clear coat or create a high spot that is damn near impossible to knock down. So the key to repairing damage like this when you're actually looking for some bit of cold shrinking is to push very, very lightly and also keep your pushes incredibly close together. Now Casper has his DSLR camera on maximum man. You know what? Forget talking. Let's try one more time. Casper has his camera set on maximum zoom. So it's really illustrating the texture that he's getting out of this repair. Inexperienced and misinformed techs are vehemently against sharp tip tools. But the fact of the matter is, if you keep a few basic things in mind, a sharp tip tool is going to give you great texture and it's not that dangerous. Mainly, let's just not over push this thing. The next thing that you really need to remember is patience is key. You're going to be putting hundreds and hundreds of pushes on this one dent. And so while it may feel like nothing is happening as you're pushing this dent, hey, this is the time that you really need to trust the process because it is happening. It's not really that noticeable. Every tiny little pinprick is not moving enough metal for you to feel like you're making a whole lot of progress, but you really, really are. So while using a soft tip to start this dent out is not really terrible, but all you're trying to do in that situation is pick up the slack of the dent, whatever the dent will give you. If you were to try to get the majority of this dent out with a soft tip, you're going to end up with an over push. And then you're going to have an oil can. And once you have an oil can, forget about it. The other option is if you push up too much with a soft tip, you're actually going to tighten up that center. That is actually a byproduct of the walls of this dent putting pressure into the middle. Trying to push through that pressure with a soft tip dent is going to tighten up the center because those walls, that pressure, are moving inwards. As a thought experiment, you can really see in this video what is happening with a sharp tip tool. As the sharp tip presses into the metal is actually wrapping around ever so slightly around the tip of this tool. And over time, gradually, this creates a shrinking effect because it is pulling metal towards the tip. So you're softening up the pressure, which is the walls of this dent in this scenario, and that's what's going to keep you from an oil can situation. At this point, Casper is fairly well out of the woods for that kind of situation to occur here. What he's doing now is he's fine-tuning, he's going through and finding little micro lows that he can work with the sharp tip. The sharp tip also gives enough accuracy where he can do that very, very well here. So let's remember, with a DSLR, an expensive camera here, he is zoomed in as far as this will go. And this is the texture that you can see. That is really, really good. So don't think that just because you're using a sharp tip, that you are going to mess up the texture of this dent. All it takes is a little bit of patience and a whole lot of accuracy. Both can be developed and both will come in time. I definitely can help you. So if you want to see the rest of this tutorial, log on to realworldpdr.com and we're going to watch him blend and glue pull this rail. Now I'm actually working on the hood of this Chevy Colorado, and I can tell you this thing is jacked. It's a really great tutorial with the rail blending and glue pulling. Let me just say thank you to all of you. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, that keeps me motivated. And if you want some free stuff, don't forget to enter to win the Shop at My Shop event that we're putting on right now. Also make sure to head over to realworldpdr.com for the best damn online training on the internet. There you'll find tons of video from me, this guy. And if you can't take that seriously, well, you know, honestly, I don't blame you. I don't take myself too seriously either. But at least try to steal my tools from me. Now remember, the last couple of videos, there were some keywords dropped. Make sure you like the Real World PDR training page, and then send me an email at denttoolsfreak@gmail.com. Make sure you put the words that were in the videos in the subject line, and that's going to be what's going to enter you to win. We're going to announce the winner on the Facebook page. If you didn't catch the keywords, watch the last two videos. Watch all of the last two videos, and that's the only hint that you're getting, so don't ask. Thanks for your support, current and in the future. We are at almost 3,500 likes as of today, and that is blowing my mind. I love you all. Thanks.